Okay, good morning, good evening, everyone. I think we are live. So, welcome again to another meditation. Welcome from my living room this time. The weather outside does not allow to make the outdoor meditation. I apologize for that. So, instead, I put my favorite polo shirt with my favorite colors to bring you some brightness this morning or this evening, depends where you are. So I just want to acknowledge all of you who gathered to meditate together once again in times of pandemic that obviously are difficult, but the purpose of this meditation is to make them just a little bit easier for all of us. So before we start, I want to acknowledge everyone who is already here. I'm so glad to see you all. Hello, Kate in Minnesota. Hello, Linda in California. Hello, Kate in Montana. Nancy from Canada, Saskatchewan, Canadian. Hello, Nancy. Always good to see you here. We have Vanessa. We have Linda, I already mentioned, and everybody else who's tuning in from around the world. I'm so glad that you are here. All right, so as I'm sure you can hear from the news and from all the mass media, that situation is getting worse and worse, in the sense that the more restrictions are being imposed on us, and the longer the situation lasts, obviously we feel less comfortable with it. And something that I want to talk briefly about today is a fact that you not are going to hear from news. From news, what we hear is the statistics about how many deaths, how many new infections, and how economy suffers from the pandemic. But very few people actually focus on the mental health and mental well-being of people who are experiencing prolonged periods of isolation. And this is something very important, because although few infected people may experience severe symptoms of the virus, absolutely everyone experiences the effects of isolation. You don't have to stay at home to be isolated. Not being able to communicate with your family, with your neighbors. That's what isolation is. And the detrimental effect of that on your well-being is huge. And my job or my offering here is to support your mental health and mental well-being in these times, because we cannot go across this situation. We cannot find the pandemic only on the front of the virus. It is also very, very important that we maintain our sanity in this time of difficulty. And meditation, obviously, it's one of those ways, but also staying together, it's very important. I'm working on a course called 6 Pillars of Conscious Living, and I don't want to talk about it too much right now, but there are many aspects of your everyday life that contribute to your well-being. And obviously financial aspect or economics that so much is talked about in the news, it's only one of them. And meditation, on the other hand, it's also not a golden bullet. It won't solve all your problems. So you have to look a bit broader on what is going on around you, and make sure that you have your bases covered if you want to maintain your well-being. Okay, so how is everyone today? I'm sorry, I completely forgot to mention. I think I jumped straight into it without asking you, how are you doing today? As you can see, I'm also affected by the virus, not directly, but indirectly. And my concern about my well-being and well-being of others affects how I talk to you. But I want to say that I'm glad to be here, and I really sincerely hope that you're right too. But please, as always, in comment section, tell me how you are, and bring the sense of togetherness to this stream. So today's meditation is called Coming Back to Yourself. And this very nicely fit into the intro I just gave you. Coming back to yourself is to connecting with your true self, with the sense of well-being that is always within you. And in spite of the economical situation, we will be taking care of ourselves in the meditation. And we'll be doing it by the means of affirmations. And what are affirmations? Affirmations are choices that you make on a moment-to-moment basis in order to support what you do and who you are. So we'll be using affirmations to support your well-being. So another question, why is it important to stay together? Why those sessions are important? The reason for that is that your personal well-being not only flows from what you eat, how you exercise, whether you meditate, but also from the sense of community. And this is one of the aspects that pandemic takes away from us. The sense of community, the sense of belonging. We are being asked to self-isolate. We are being asked to social distance ourselves from everybody else. And just by saying that, it brings that feeling of that something is not right. So I want you to be aware of that. And during this session, I really love how those of you who make comments on the chat, they always support one another. And on that note, I want to give to all of you a big virtual hug and assure you that you are not alone, that we are all in this together, and we can get on the other side healthy and safe. And this will also pass. Okay. So another thing that is happening around the world at the moment is that we had a massive sale of toilet paper, which is kind of funny, and now this stopped. The initial panic subsided, but now we observe another phenomenon. People start buying alcohol in huge amounts. And I think that reflects that very fact of how we handle the self-isolation and how we handle social distancing. We have to be very much aware of the fact that there's no substitute for togetherness. There's no amount of food or any drink or any supplement that you can take that is the substitution to that togetherness that we're experiencing. All right. If you have any questions, I always invite you to post them, and I will answer them either during this session or during next session. But for now, I invite you to take a comfortable position, and we will begin this meditation very, very shortly. As always, we begin by taking a comfortable position and making yourself at ease. Sit with your back straight, not rigid. Resting your hands in your lap, your feet on the floor, giving you support, grounding you. Allow your eyes to close. And before we go any further, bring to your mind the intention, the reason why you are here, and ask yourself, what would you like to get out of this session? What's the why behind you being here? My intention is to experience sense of togetherness, to come together and to create a sense of calm and peace for you and for myself together. And in that spirit, let us take a couple of deeper breaths, deep cleansing breaths that will help us to get deeper into the experience. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth as I guide you. In and out. In and out. In and out. And breathe normally. Relax. Now, how do you feel right now? What do you bring to the table? Whatever that is, you can put it out there and we can deal with it together. Imagine there is a big table we are sitting around. There's room for everyone. This table expands every time that a new person joins. And every person brings both sorrows but also gifts and talents. And in this meditation, we'll be embracing our talents and our divinity. So as you lay on the table everything that you bring, allow it to be there, and you can come back to it after we finish this meditation. But for now, you feel free of it, and with the new freedom, connect with your breath. Connect with the natural rhythm of the air coming in and coming out. Still may feel any tension, discomfort, and that's okay. Feel free to soften it with your mind. As you're tuning in to the in and out, to the inhale and to the exhale, your body calms down and your mind follows. Follow the expansion as you breathe in, and contraction as you breathe out. Breath is a wonderful metaphor of the circle of life. With each in-breath, you bring freshness and newness, and with every exhale, you let go of what's stale, used up. You let it out to be transformed. So this is your time to get intimately familiar with your breath, which is the source of life. There's no need to control it. Simply witness how your body naturally brings the life in and releases everything that is no longer needed. And you may add an extra layer of kindness and gentleness to each breath. It is as if you rest a soft feather on a pillow. Coming in. And as you breathe in and out, add a simple affirmation to your in-breath. Breathe in, may I be well. Wishing yourself wellness, regardless of the situation. And as you breathe out, you say in your head, may I be happy. Breathing in, may I be well. Breathing out, may I be happy. In your own rhythm. Choose your own pace. Breathing in, may I be well. Breathing out, may I be happy. It may happen that at some point your mind wanders, and that's okay, that's normal. You simply recognize the fact of mind wandering, and then kindly and gently bring yourself back. Breathing in, may I be well. Breathing out, may I be happy. With each in-breath and each out-breath, you create more calm and more happiness for yourself and for everybody else around you. everybody who meditates with you right now. Breathing in, may I be well. Breathing out, may I be happy. Person that is close to you, a friend, family member, your partner, your child, whoever first comes to your mind, and direct that warm wishes as you inhale and exhale towards that person. Imagine a soft, white beam of light coming from the center of your heart towards that person. And as you breathe in and breathe out, whisper in your mind, may you be well. May you be happy. Breathing in, may you be well. Breathing out, may you be happy. Extending the warmth of your wishes, your kindness and your care to that person. Breathing in, may you be well. Breathing out, may you be happy. And now you are connected through the beam of light that connects both of your hearts. Exchanging love and kindness and compassion and all the warm feelings that you hold for that person. Breathing in, may you be well. Breathing out, may you be happy. that warm wishes and your kindness to the entire community, to everyone who needs right now your kindness, everyone who could use some peace, and change the affirmations to may we all be well, may we all be happy. Breathing in, may we all be well. Breathing out, may we all be happy. And through that, you start feeling sense of belonging, sense of community, that you are never alone. And there's always someone thinking about you. Breathing in, we all be well. Breathing out, may we all be happy. Becoming a co-creator of wellness and happiness, not only for yourself, but for everybody else around you. Now, take in all the love and kindness that you received through this meditation, and imagine a white orb that surrounds you, filled with those positive emotions, with loving kindness, and you absorb it to every cell of your body, taking it in through every pore of your skin, and feel the vitality of it all, rejuvenating you. That in mind, put your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly, and give a gentle bow to everyone who participates in the exchange of love and loving kindness. warm feelings that we accumulated, let us once again connect with the outer reality. How does it feel? Bring back all your senses. Hear the sound of music. Hear any other sound that comes from the outside. Feel your feet on the floor, your hands in your lap, your sit bones and your back. Can you feel a difference between how you feel right now and the beginning of this meditation? Bringing it all in and enjoy. Finally, let us bring some physical movement. Wiggle your toes. Move and stretch your fingers. Slowly and gently. Tilt your head to the left. Feel the muscles in your neck stretching. Tilt your head to the right. Back to the center. And joyfully take one deep cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you're ready, at your own time, open your eyes and welcome back. How wonderful. Thank you so much. So how do you feel? I can only say I enjoyed this meditation tremendously, and I felt a deeper sense of connection with all of you that I cannot explain. I say that over and over again. Every time I meditate with you, my experience is also deeper, and I can feel another level to it. The sense of togetherness that help us to live our life better. And let me say, I'm so grateful that amongst all the horrible things that happen, that are caused by the pandemic, there's one thing, it's a wonderful, positive thing that bears fruits for not just myself, but for all of us. All right, if you have any questions, please ask them right now. If I see any questions, I will try to answer them now. If not, always feel free to send me a message and I will answer them next time. I want to thank you for meditating with me, and Sharon, who is always here with me to help me set up and to meditate with me, and she holds the space for me when I feel tense, and I feel a bit of this tension today, I'll be honest with you. So thank you all for helping me out with my stillness and with my calm today. Let me check if there are any questions. Wonderful. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, everyone. And Anonymous, whoever you are, I thank you too. That's so wonderful. All right. So thank you very much for this meditation. I'm sending you my gratitude. Once again, big thanks to Sharon, and big thanks to my new patron, Mercedes, who's supporting me in my journey and helping me to create more meditations. Thank you, Mercedes. I appreciate your effort. Once again, we will gather again on Friday, and I will announce the topic of the meditation tomorrow. Thank you very much for meditating with me, and I so much looking forward to seeing you and connecting with you on Friday. Have a good night, have a good morning, wherever you are around the world. Bye-bye.